Hey guys, Mrhappy here, and today I just want to do a quick video about Materia, assimilating it, melding it, the basics. So there really isn't too much to know about Materia, but this video is going to help you understand how to get it, where to get it, if there's any rules to when you're obtaining it, and it should help you out both in game mechanics wise, finding it and obtaining it, but also market wise, because Materia has its own market if you have the patience to go out and get it. So we're going to go over it really quickly. First, I just want to show you, as you can see, once you are able to assimilate Materia, as per the main story mission, you'll obtain this at about level 18, 19, in that area. You'll get sent to a place in Thanalan with a bunch of goblins, and they will teach you to assimilate Materia. If you have a crafting job, you can also learn to meld Materia here, and you can also learn to forbidden meld, which I don't have, but I can explain it to you in a very simple way. First, though, we're going to go over Materia assimilating. Now, for assimilating Materia, you need to have something 100% spirit bonded. Now, what does that mean? Well, every time you wear a piece of gear, every combat action you take affects the condition of that piece of gear. It also affects the spirit bond levels. So anything that affects condition also affects spirit bond levels. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio. It varies with each piece of gear, but it's generally, if you wear a piece of gear out to 0%, most of the time you'll hit spirit bond 100% until the higher levels. So if you're wondering how you can check Spirit Bond, you can actually do it right here on the piece of gear. So as you can see, it has the item level, the classes that can wear it, the bonuses, the Materia I have socketed into it. Then it has crafting and repairs. Under crafting and repairs, you have condition, and immediately after, Spirit Bond. If that number is 100%, you can assimilate that piece of gear and you can turn it into Materia. Keep in mind, this means you will destroy the piece of gear. You will not be able to reobtain it. It will be gone until you, well, get it again, I guess, if you recraft it or however else you want to obtain it. Buy it again on the marketplace, whatever works for you. Now, there are some rules to assimilation, and I will actually use the Materia Assimilate button to show them to you. Now, as you can see here, I have this spinel ring, spinel earrings. This is equipped. Of my equipped pieces, these are the only 4 that I can assimilate. Keep in mind, you can assimilate your equipped gear, so be careful when you're doing this. Now, you'll notice there's only 4 pieces there. However, as you can see, well, that's not. But this one, this dark light eye patch of aiming, this was obtained from an NPC. I bought it with endgame tokens. You get them from running dungeons, and so it wasn't obtained through crafting or as a drop. It has a 100% spirit bond level, but I cannot assimilate it. That is because only crafted gear can be assimilated. Now, you don't have to craft it yourself. You can buy it from the marketplace, but it has to be originated from crafting, which means that this griffin skin tunic, which was crafted and, you know, pentamelded, this can be assimilated if I should ever decide I don't want it. But this eye patch that I obtained through just running a few dungeons and getting some points and buying it can never be assimilated. It must be simply destroyed if I don't want it in my inventory anymore. So keep that in mind, that if you want to be effective at assimilating Materia, you need to wear from the top down all crafted gear, go out, kill a bunch of things until everything's about to break, and that should pretty much guarantee that you're going to get a bunch of Materia out of it. So it really involves crafting and fighting a lot. Gatherers need to get the materials, crafters need to make the items, and then people need to buy them in order to get Materia. Now, it gets even more specific than that. Not only can you only assimilate these pieces, but you cannot meld Materia onto these pieces, these dark light eye patches of aiming or bracers of aiming or hunting belts. If they are items that are obtained from a dungeon, a pink item, a green item, a blue item, a purple item, any item that is not crafted cannot have Materia melded to it. The stats on the gear are already the maximum that could possibly be obtained without Materia. So, as you can see here, this piece is really good, but it has 5 melds on it. This means that crafting gear at times, if you have the patience, if you have the money, if you have the resources, can be on par or in some cases better than some of the dungeon-based gear. Keep in mind, though, that this is extremely difficult to do, and we will talk about that when we talk about forbidden melding. Now, there is one more rule. There's certain points where you can't spirit bond pieces of gear. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, first, let's break down Materia into tiers. If you assimilate a low-level piece of gear, it'll turn into a 1 or a 2. But when you start working into 3s and 4s, item level starts to come into, it starts to matter a lot more. Now around item level 50, item level 55, in that area, you can assimilate that gear into level 3 materia. Now I'm just talking about battle materia for the time being, guys, so bear with me when I'll get to crafting and gathering materia in a second. So as for battling gear, item level 49, 55, it seems that you get around this point, you start getting 3s. So you have to assimilate item level 55 gear to get tier 3 materia. Makes sense, right? It's pretty much the second to last set of crafting gear you can have in the game at this point now. However, when things start becoming interesting is at item level 70. Now this griffin skin tunic is item level 70. Item levels just represent the power of an item. It's a vertical way of telling how a max level item has more power over another max level item. So it's item level 70. Now, what's interesting to note about item level 70 crafted gear, or any item level 70 gear really, is that it cannot gain any spirit bond unless you are in the binding coils of Bahamut. This means that fighting Ifrit, Garuda, Titan with these item level 70 pieces on will not cause them to bind to you, will not cause them to generate any spirit bond, because keep in mind, as soon as something is bound to you, it has 1% spirit bond, it can no longer be sold or removed. It is stuck on your character. So you have to be sure that you're going to take this piece into the binding coil when you have it on you. So that means, and since only tier 4 materia can only be gained from item level 70 crafted sets, which means that there's a high demand for a lot of high level items such as potashes and cokes and animal fats, all of which are obtained with points that are grindable in endgame dungeons. This means that this crafted gear should be highly sought out, and that people are going to have to bind it in the binding coils of Bahamut. At least that's how it is currently. I'm expecting at a later date you'll be able to spirit bind this stuff in the Crystal Tower as well. But the point is, you cannot just spirit bind it. You cannot just craft it and spirit bond it and go get tier 4 materia. This means that tier 4 materia will be very expensive. It also means that animal fats, cokes, potashes, and items like that will always be in economical demand. It also means that these item level 70 crafted pieces, until higher level items come out, will also always be in demand. It's a very good way of recycling gear and money through the economy, forcing people to buy and farm and things like that. I really, really like that circular system for materia. So those are the rules of materia assimilating. Now melding has its own rules that are very, very simple to handle. So let's just go to regular melding, since it's what I have. Now, as you can see here, when you click melding, it gives you your list. You can go through your armory, chest, your inventory, and things like that. So as you can see, I am pathetic and I cannot meld anything because I am on a battle job. If you click a piece of gear, actually, if we look at this one, under crafting and repairs, it will tell you the requirements that are needed for melding materia onto a piece of gear. As you can see, for this cotton coif of gathering, it requires Weaver level 19. I don't have that, so I'm not going to do it. Now, one thing, once you've selected a piece of gear, so let's just select the coif of gathering. I can still select it, I just can't actually do anything. It'll bring you to this. This shows you all of your materia that is eligible to be placed onto the gear. So you can place, I could place the determination or gathering if I had Weaver. These are the only ones that are allowed. There might be also the only ones that I have the right items to make, because in order to meld, you also need an item known as a carbonized matter. As you can see here, this is a grade 3 carbonized matter. These are gained from gathering. You can find them. They're actually not too difficult to mine. Obviously, grade 3 and grade 4 are much higher level mining and gathering, to get. They're much harder to get, so they can get expensive, and this can also be a market of just farming carbonized matter. You never know. There's plenty of markets out there that people can breach into. So once you have the carbonized matter, once you have the materia, then you can meld it. Now, as you can see, I have 2 slots here. This piece of gear has a 100% chance to have 2 materia melded onto it. So if I tried to add these 2 gathering 3 materias to this coif of gathering, then they would be 100% successful. Now, the one ability I don't have is forbidden melding. It's materia melding 2, And you get that from a quest in the same area where you get the Materia Melding quest. It's a very simple quest. I actually have it in my quest log right here in Central Thanolin. Meld Materia before Mutamix. You need to go to this spot and meld 8 Materia in front of him. And then he will give you this ability right here, Advanced Materia Melding. Uses carbonized matter to affix weapons onto materia onto weapons and armor. Can also affix materia to items with no slots remaining, but success is not guaranteed. Now, it's not guaranteed. That means that you can fail those melds, and when you fail the meld, you will lose the materia and the carbonized matter, which can turn this into a major money sink for people. It really recycles materia out of the economy and keeps it constantly in demand. Additionally, materia can also manually be removed from gear by visiting the NPC who taught you how to meld the materia in the first place. When he melds it, he will not only remove all the materia, but he will also destroy it, and it will be every single piece. So you must be sure that you want to do this when you go ahead and destroy the materia. So there are plenty of markets here that we've explained with materia. I've explained how to obtain materia. I've explained the different tiers of obtaining materia. One thing I did forget to mention was crafting and gathering, tier 3 and tier 4. They don't work quite the same. You just need to have max level it seems you just need to have max level gathering gear, and you should be able to obtain 3s and 4s. If somebody would like to correct me, please put that in the comments below. Same goes for gathering. Item level 50-55 area should be fine for you for obtaining materia. And you just have to make it a market for yourself. You have to have the patience to go out, spirit bond this gear, buy crafted gear. It's an investment. And it's also a gamble because you don't know what kind of materia you'll get. It's generally, if it's a gathering piece, you'll get gathering materia. If it's a crafting piece, you'll get crafting materia. And if it's a battle piece, you can get a variety of battle materia. You could obtain accuracy or critical hit rate or determination from pretty much anything. But if it's mage gear, if it's white mage gear, you're more likely to obtain mine. You're basically most likely to gain the stats on your actual piece of gear. This has Dex, Vitality, Accuracy, and Determination. I'm quite likely to get one of those 4 materia, but it can skew slightly. So just be prepared for some disappointments and some really lucky materia. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, favorite, subscribe, and share. Also, I released another video today on Liber Eorzea. It's an app that can help you with quests like this with the meld materia. You can search for it in Central Thanolin, and I highly recommend picking it up. It's a free app on iOS. It will be coming to Android in the next few weeks, and it's really good. Go watch my review on that. Also, feel free to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I like to answer people's questions. I have a little bit of a harder time getting back to them on YouTube because of Google+, but I get back to them every couple of days when I actually can. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, take care.